How's it going, my homosexuals? Hope you're doing fantastic today. I'm doing wonderfully. Very odd workout today. I'm not going to lie to you. The clean and jerks felt amazing. After switching from kg plates back onto the normal classic American pound plates, oh man, like training with those kg plates makes a difference. Like, it was so much easier to make those plates fly. It was actually insane how fun it was to whip it. Especially, like, I say this a good bit, but like, I wish I could lift on wood every day. I'm gonna get to when I move, which is awesome. But at the moment, I'm always thinking, like, I love the mental cue of being able to hear my feet hit right when I want them to, because like, just hearing it, it's very reassuring to the brain when you're doing such a heavy lift, where like, that it hit right where it needed to, and when it's dampened, it can feel a little bit slower or not as explosive. And today, like, I felt like I was whipping it, like there was like maybe one rep on my working sets that I felt like I kind of rushed on the jerk, but then I looked back at it and I was like, honestly, like, it was a little bit more rushed comparatively, but it really wasn't even that bad. It's like, I've had way worse, and I'm starting to get better at like holding the weight at the top of the clean for an extra second, so that I can like really readjust my core, so I can have a very proper split jerk without leaning forward at all. So everything's progressing. It's awesome. Other than that, the bench did not actually really happen today. You're gonna get a little edged later on, but I only got up to 135, and like, I knew the moment I did the bar that it wasn't gonna happen today. But if you know me, I am a huge person about it. There is no point in doing the lift you want to do if you're going to feel pain while doing it. Like, if it's going to result in negative repercussions, when it comes to your physical body, your physical needs, your physical health needs to be a priority, so that if physically you are always fine, you can just put everything on mental. And like, if you can learn I talked about it yesterday, if you can turn the mental on, then you can really just kill it without having to really think too much. But anyway, I just was like, all right, well, it is what it is. It's only been like 3.5 days. It's not even been that long since my left chest pec got pulled. It's like on the very far left side, closer to my shoulder. So it's a huge muscle, and I do not want to hurt it or tear it in a major way, because then I can't do anything. So I'm just going to keep playing it safe, as you should. If I felt a little tick in my low back at the ass to grass squats, then I would not be squatting. It's not safe, and it won't make me stronger. Pushing through the pain will not make you stronger. I fucking repeat, it won't. Even if your coaches or your friends are like, yeah, push through it, yeah, that's mental. But you got to remember, your physical body needs to be there first. It's got to be physical is good, and then we can put the ego on top of it. So I hit some nice slow pause push-ups. I did one with a slightly wider slightly wider distance with my hands. And then on the second set that I did it a little bit closer to more mimic, where I have my hands on the bench press, because if you've seen my bench, I hold it pretty close. A lot of people say that I close grip, but it's really just like, I like the feeling of like where my hands are right on the outside of my chest, so that I have the utmost explosivity that I can. The best chest drive, and you lift every fucking day, and sometimes it's just a little too much. So I did that, and otherwise, first time in 2 years, maybe 2.5 years now, almost 3, that I have done an actual like accessory machine. I know it's gonna sound alien to anybody who does bodybuilding, or even like power lifters or Olympic lifters that choose to do a lot more accessories with their work, so that they don't do too many main lifts. But I am personally just the type of guy that likes programming predominantly main lifts. I used to have main lift accessories for my Olympic lifts, like hangs, or isolating the split jerk, or isolating push press, whatever. But everything would be free barbell. So for the past 2.5 years, I have not done a single non-free barbell lift, like literally since I went to college. And I'll be graduating next year, which is so funny to think about. And the only reason I wanted to do it was because I was like, this is safe, I can control the weight, and I just want to get that good mind-muscle connection, get a really nice squeeze on my pec without feeling like I have to really worry about it, because I don't want to put too much on it. And it was really easy for me and very controlled without extra strain, which is what I wanted. So it was nice. I know the form may look a little bit funky for anybody who's a bodybuilder. I am not used to the pec fly. I've actually never used a pec fly in my entire life. So it was an experience, but I got to take what I'm able to do and appreciate that. So before I get into that shit, physically, I can't really put the bench as a part of this because I didn't really bench. Like, the moment I put on weight, I was like, okay, not worth risking the pull. Felt fine, but I knew, like, it's like that. I just know what a pull feels like from past experience. So I know if I push the weight, it's going to pull really hard, or even at the worst tear. And I'm not going to fucking risk that. So I'm not really counting bench. I'm just going to more so talk about the appreciation I have for those accessories today. But mainly just based off my clean and jerks, shit, I can give it a nice 9.15. It felt really good. Again, like I said, like, after the kg plates, you do the pound plates so often that, like, it gets very monotonous, and, like, you just inadvertently have expectations for it, even if I don't want them to be there sometimes. So, like, when I slide that second plate on there, even though that's light for me, I know that, like, that's where my brain starts going, like, this is when it starts getting a little bit heavier, but it's not a working set, so I don't care as much about it as the working set. So sometimes I'm not as dialed in for 225 as I am for 255, but every set felt great. I was whipping it, feeling awesome, not, like, overdoing any sort of form or technique. Like, all my cleans actually felt really good. I think the worst clean I had was with the barbell on my warm-up, because I caught it forward too much. But again, that's why we do the warm-up. I'd rather catch it forward and see that early on and fix it than feel that in my working sets. But other than that, like, everything felt great. The split jerks were nice and confident, and I can't complain. Mentally, who knows? Gut reaction, 9.2, just right above, mainly because I spent an unironic hour, if not hour and a half, shooting the shit with my homies today after I finished my workout. I saw some people I haven't seen in a minute, so I got to explain my moving situation, which, of course, the homies are like, oh, you're leaving, but we're also very happy for you. And, like, the real ones will be happy for the next step that you want to take in your life, because it's just about being happy and being able to take that risk when you feel that it'll lead to the utmost positivity in your lifestyle. But anyway, I have a great mindset about my Olympic lifts right now. Like, I've never felt better. I feel very, very strong. I think peak week next week is going to be insane for whoever wants to stick around for that. I think there's some huge potential for a 255 snatch double and a 315 clean and jerk double. That would be wild. That would be fucking insane. But I know I have two cleans on 315. I know it. And if I have two cleans, I have at least one split jerk. And as I'm saying, if I feel good enough physically and I have no injuries or anything that impedes my Olympic lifts, then it's just mental. I just gotta split jerk that as hard as I fucking can, and it just might be there. Same thing with the snatch. I gotta be able to commit and dive underneath it as hard as I fucking can and lock out as hard as I fucking can, because that's what's gonna get me to get those weights that I want to, that I genuinely want. I really, really want it. It doesn't have to happen, of course. It's okay if it doesn't, but you know me. I am going to push that shit as hard as my body will allow it. As long as the body's good, the ego will be flowing. But yeah, it's just, I think the main takeaway I had today was just really appreciating the fact that I'm able to lift. Like, it's so often that people will undermine how good you have it. Not saying that anybody needs to force themselves to be more appreciative. I don't want to sound like that, but it's like it's like the thing where, like, you don't realize the relationship you had with people until you lose them or you stop talking to them. And so like when you get injured in a major way to where you can't lift anymore, or at least not lift the way that you want to, like I can't bench right now, and I have peak week next week, so I probably won't be peaking my bench next week, which is fine. I got to recover, and I'm accepting of that. But it's the fact that even though I can't hit the weights that I really want to, and the ones that are programmed in there, I gotta be grateful that I can still lift. You know, my Olympic lifts feel awesome. My squats feel great. All variations. It's just the bench, which is lucky enough. Like if it's like a low back injury, I can't do anything, you know? So I'm lucky enough that it's on the part of my pec that doesn't affect my pulling or my technique in my Olympics or my power lifts other than bench. And again, even beyond that, I can do push-ups. I can do chest flies. It's not what I want to do. I'm not very excited to do them. But the fact that I am technically injured and I'm doing full depth paused reps that squeeze my chest is a great fucking sign. It means that I will recover faster than people typically would with this kind of an injury. So again, you can have as many fucking negative what ifs as you want to make up, but you got to remember that you are making up that negativity. So it's just as many negative what ifs as you can imagine yourself going through in the future. I'm going to come up with an equal amount, if not more, positive what ifs for what I'm going to go through next week. Because you literally never know. Me doing the push-ups, the chest flies, taking the rest that I need and not pushing any weight might actually lead to me fully recovering before my next bench day on peak week and hitting a PR. You just don't know. Like there was the cool thing with I love the studies where people who have major injuries but like take the full time off that they need to like come back at 100% without pushing that part of their body, because a lot of people will try to do those main lifts over and over just until they can finally push through the pain and get over it, but it prolongs the injury, you know. But I love the studies where they take the full amount of time off that they need, that their body requires to come back at 100%. And then when they have that like time away from the sport, because like of course if you want to make long-term gains with certain lifts, you got to do them every day. But sometimes taking that time off for like a month or two or maybe several months and then coming back to it fresh can allow you to overcome those plateaus so much quicker. You know, because mind muscle memory is so fucking awesome. You can get so strong in such a short amount of period of time just because of past experience, because our cells remember it, you know. And so like there's like I don't want to, you know, put my life on it or anything, but I'm pretty sure when Thor Bjornsson tore like his entire pec off his fucking bone, he like took the full time off, let it fully heal, and like had like when he got like his whole pec reconnected and was like at 100%, took the time to rebuild it back up slowly and put the weight on one step at a time without rushing it and trying to get back to his PR right away. And I'm pretty sure he hit like either close to it was either close or he hit a PR on his bench within the next year. And I was like, fuck, like oh my God. Like the last time I had a major injury was when I first joined college and I tore my low back on both sides, because I was during my ego lifting era and I didn't know any better. And it, you know, bad learning experience, but we're humble now because of it. But like it took me, oh my God, it was like I couldn't lift anything for at least 3 months at all. Like even if it was a bench, I couldn't lift anything. My low back was that torn. And then it was an extra 3 months after that I spent getting back to being able to put weight on the bar, like increase my strength. And so I didn't hit a bench PR for like 8 to 10 months after tearing my back, which is, it seems stupid, but like it's such an integral muscle that it'll take you fucking down. And so the fact that he tore that direct muscle that his bench relies on solely, like that, the biggest muscle that makes his bench happen, and then within like a similar time frame that I tore my low back, he got back to 100%, and I was like, what? How the fuck? And so it just goes to show, like, you just might need to appreciate the light shit sometimes, appreciate those accessories, and then just come back when you're ready, you know? You gotta let the physical body get the rest it needs before you can come back, you know? You can't mentally decide you're ready, because that's just ego and impatience, you know? You're only ready when, like, for me, if you can do your warm-up weights on any main lift, like bench or squat or whatever, and do them super fast, like if you see me do my warm-ups on my squats yesterday, I was like speed squatting through like 315 and comfortably doing so, because that's the durability I want my muscles to have, so I know with 100% certainty and confidence that I can fucking kill these weights and not worry about my muscles giving out or my technique failing, you know? So until I can put 135, 225 on the bar and fully like chest pump that shit through the air and almost throw it out of my hands, I'm probably not going to be benching. And that's fine, you know? It'll be back sooner than I know. I'm not, you know, I want to bench really bad. I'm not exactly happy about it, but I'm happy that I have the perspective and experience and knowledge to say, okay, it will get there. Well, we got the blind faith. We just got to put in the day by day, put in the work, and we will get better one step at a time. And through the blessing that muscle memory is, we will get stronger, no matter fucking what. It might not be today, it might not be next week, it might not be this month, but I'm just going to keep hoping for the best every single day. And when my chest finally comes back to me, I'm going to use 100% of it. But anyway, that's all I got. Take that show with a grain of salt. I appreciate you guys sticking around for the rambles I have to throw out there, but you know I really appreciate it whenever you guys hang out. Let me know how your lives and your lifts been going. I love hearing about it. And just one last thing before I go, but in the past week on Instagram, I don't really think about it a whole lot, because I've always loved like putting a nice bumping song behind my lift and like having the beat drop like right when I hit my top set weight, like right when I hit like a good split jerk or a snatch. It's so satisfying. And then the ADHD moments, it's just like it's basically just homie moments. You know, I might switch the name at some point, because I don't know if I have ADHD, but I probably don't. So like, I think it would be cool to rename it to Homie Moments, because that's really what it is. Just me being me to my fullest extent. And I had a video go to like, I think it's at like 22,000 views right now. And I'm like, that number is incomprehensible to me, because like I was over the moon over the fact that my average views have gotten like over 1,000 on Instagram, and even on YouTube. I've had consistent like uploads get near like 1,000 to 2,000. I'm like, I thought you guys were just like a small little bunch that came around every now and then, but y'all keep coming back and making me feel even more rewarded for just being able to put my thoughts out and just spread the positivity in the best way that I know how. And that's just all I got. You know, I just wanted to say I fucking appreciate it, and it gives me a whole new perspective on how much I really appreciate what I'm able to do in this gym. So you will see me day after tomorrow. I get to rest, so we'll let the chest fully come back. I'll stretch it, give it the ice, and I'll give it the cold and the hot treatment, and maybe it'll come back. But peak snatch day incoming. So stick around. I'll see you. Bye.